What's up everyone, my name is Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on a Pokemon Elite Redux and today's challenge will be can I beat Pokemon Elite Redux using only trash Pokemon. So I actually spent a lot of time researching and redefining what trash Pokemon are, and honestly most of the Pokemon will be in PU and ZU. What that means is actually it's just a joke. PU means actually stinks, they stink that much that they're in the PU tier, and I think ZU is actually worse. So what it is, I actually compiled them. I think most of the Pokemon below 480 are actually typically trash. 480 itself is actually pretty good, so we're actually gonna make it 479, the highest amount of base stat total we can have on a Pokemon. And yeah, that's gonna be what determines a trash Pokemon as we make our way into Elite Redux. It's a pretty hard ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald, and we're gonna try to beat it with our really garbage Pokemon. So we're gonna see if the customization in Elite Redux is so good that you could beat it with some trash Pokemon, or is it too difficult? Trash Pokemon are so bad that it doesn't matter if you design it perfectly because you're just trash Pokemon. So that's gonna be our question for today. But besides that, I want to say that each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So thanks so much for leaving a nickname in my previous challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after your future Pokemon, just drop in the comments and hopefully pictures. And while I was down there, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. So to begin off, we're gonna obviously choose a starter Pokemon. We actually went for Galar this time and went with Grookey out of all of them. So Grookey and Thwackey, feel like it's just a monkey evolution. It's just Grookey's evolution, which is obviously gonna be under 479 base stat total. So we're gonna use it as our first Pokemon, and it's actually really good with Grassy Terrain, Grassy Glide. It's actually really good. Swords Dance, Grassy Glide, Swagger. It's really good Pokemon. As from there, we actually beat down May on our first attempt. Surprise, surprise. From there, we also catch a bunch of other Pokemon, which we made sure they're all under 479. If you want to skip ahead, I do compile every single Pokemon I caught. They all have 479 base stat total or below. I just don't want to pile up on the screen right now, so you know, I'll do that at the end of the video. You want to see and make sure that verify each of my Pokemon have under 479 base stat total. But besides that, we're gonna make sure we get 3 key Pokemon. So that doesn't count. We get Mankey, we get Diglett. A Alolan Diglett can be really good, and I figured that out later on. We also get Beedrill, which is like fully evolved Pokemon, and you know, right now fully evolved Pokemon are pretty useful. Anyways, we're gonna make our way into Rustboro City. It was not a fun trip. It actually took a little bit because these Pokemon aren't the greatest. As from there, we're gonna make our way into the first gym in the game. We're gonna face out against Roxanne. We're gonna start the battle off against Roxanne using my Thwackey. And now just gonna go for Swagger, and hopefully the Onix hit himself in confusion because I want to get set up. And looking up, it does hit itself in confusion with a few soft resets. From there, I get a Sword Dance off and then Grassy Glide to one-shot the Onix. From there, a Swagger into the Mad Cargo, and then it hits itself as well as I go for a Grassy Glide and knock out the Mad Cargo. The next Pokemon will be Amora. I Grassy Glide once again to knock him out. As the next opponent after that will be Lunatone. I can't one-shot it because it does have a Focus Sash, so it's just gonna knock me out with Icy Wind, but my Beedrill has Aqua Jet to knock out the Lunatone and also chip down the Graveler. As from there, I go out to my Mankey, and Mankey has Moxie and also this ability that lets us hit twice, and the second hit is actually stronger. So close combat to knock out the Graveler, and a close combat once again to knock out the Gastrodon, as we end up beating that Roxanne pretty easily. As from there, we make our way into Verniturf Tunnel, and from there we clear through the Team Aqua member in here pretty easily. We'll also catch ourselves in a Azumarill, which doesn't have huge power until we beat the second gym in the game. So from there, we're gonna make our way into Granite Cave, clear through Steven Stone, which actually is a really easy fight, as you can see. So we clear through him pretty easily. Azumarill still has some usage after all, even though it doesn't have huge power. As from there, we're gonna make our way into the second gym in the game. We're gonna face off against Brawly. We're start the battle off against him using my Ninjas. Ninjas has dual wing beat, but it's gonna actually switch out to the Gravomlo, free hit on, and then knock him out. As from there, his next Pokemon will be a Hatterene, which I go out into my Mankey to sacrifice, go out into my Azumarill next. Azumarill is able to go for a Play Rough, then Aqua Fang, and then Aqua Jet to knock him out. As the next Pokemon will be a Chestnut. I get a Play Rough off against him, but then I go out to my Ninjas, do Wind Beat to knock out the Chestnut, and then do Wind Beat into the Lucario. I get Extreme Speed off against him and knock him out as well. So we end up beating down a lot of Pokemon. As from there, his next Pokemon will be a Hitmonchan. I go for a dual Wind Beat. He's getting outspeed me, which is kind of annoying, but I go out into my Trevenant, which will Shadow Claw and knock him out to low HP. He's gonna knock me out still, but I go out to my Swallow, which will knock him out with Extreme Speed. And his final Pokemon will be a Toxicroak, which I do have a Choice Scarf on my Swallow, so I go out into my B-Row to sack it, go out into my Swallow, do Wind Beat to knock him out, as we ended up beating down Brawly. As from there, we're gonna make our way into Slateport City and face up against 2 Team Aqua member grunts, and then face off against Archie. And looking enough, Primate's actually strong enough to knock him out. As from there, we make our adjustments to our team. The best thing I've ever done: get myself the Alolan Diglett and then evolve it into an Alolan Duck Trio. switch out its ability, and switch out its actual nature. Go for an adamant nature, switch from Arena Trap into Steelwork. Give it Iron Head because it has multi-headed, Steelwork, and also Iron Head, so it's almost guaranteed to flinch. It's that broken of a Pokemon. So from there, we're going to face off against the third gym leader in the game. We're going to face off against Watson. I'm going to start the battle off against Watson using my Primate. We're going to go for close combat as he goes for Calm Minds. And from there, I can just outspeed him close combat to knock him out. Get my Moxie boost. He goes out to his Raichu next, which I'm like, okay, this is scary. Go out into my Diggersby next, which actually can't hit him with quick attack, so yeah, the more you know. He goes for a Focus Blast and knocks me out. But from there, go out to my Sudowoodo to Explosion and knock out the Raichu. As from there, I go out to my Primate once again. Close combat into the Dracozolt. This can knock me out, but I do knock him down to low HP. Go out to my Dugtrio to knock out the Dracozolt. I don't get a lot of damage off against the Lantern, so I go out into my Galvantch this second. Go out to my Dugtrio once again. Earthquake to knock him out. Multi-headed. It's kind of broken. As the next Pokemon will be a Klinklang. I go for an Earthquake. Doesn't knock him out, which is kind of surprising, kind of annoying. But I go out into my Hitmonchan to Mach Punch and knock out the Klinklang. As from there, his next Pokemon will be a Clawitzer, which I go for Drain Punch. And it works out as we end up being down the Clawitzer and knock him out. So we end up being down Watson, get our third gym badge in the game. We're going to make our way into Fall Overtime, and this trainer over here almost makes us lose. So that would have been really bad. But anyways, we make our way into Meteor Falls after that. We're going to face off against the Team Magma members in here with also our teammate as May. So May's going to be pretty useful as we clear through the Team Magma members and then face off against Maxie on top of Mount Chimney. From there, we cleared through Mount Chimney pretty easily. Our team is actually pretty solid. Actually, our team is actually kind of garbage. We only have two really just key Pokemon. We have Dugtrio and also Primate. Primate is actually my favorite Pokemon at the moment here because it's actually doing the most work. But from there, I make our way into Laveridge Town, and then from there, I get myself an egg, and then we're going to hatch the egg and get ourselves a Wobbuffet. Of course, Wobbuffet's under 479 base stat total, and we make our way into the gym. We cleared through all the trainers in here, which is actually pretty easy because my team's actually getting pretty good. So finally, we're actually doing something with my team, and then we can make our way into Flannery and face off against Flannery. Flannery is the fourth gym leader in the game, and we're going to start the battle off against her using my Primate. Primate's able to go for a Rock Slide and then two-shot into the Volcarona pretty easily. And from there, her next Pokemon will be a Soul Rock. Sack my Diggersby because this thing's kind of trash. So from there, Diggersby goes down. I go out to my Dugtrio to outspeed Iron Head 3 times to knock out the Soul Rock, and then from there, her next Pokemon will be an Entei. I sack my Hitmonchan because that thing's also useless. I'm kind of getting used to my team is kind of trash. To my Wobbuffet next, I get a counter off against the Entei. Don't have my right ability on, but lucky enough, I still knock out the Entei. She then goes out to her Leafeon, which I go out into my Primate. Primate is able to go for a close combat and knock out the Leafeon. I survive a Grassy Glide, as from there, she's going to switch out to her Appleton. I get a close combat off against him, but it's going to knock me out. As from there, I go out to my Dugtrio, and here's the power of Dugtrio. Iron Head into him, flinched him, Iron Head again flinch him, and Iron Head again to crit him and knock out the Appleton. From there, he's going to switch out to a Mega Charizard Y outspeed because of my Choice Scarf. Iron Head again flinches, and then Iron Head again crits. So we end up beating up Flannery, pressing the A button with my Dugtrio. So that's kind of a key point to note, how good Dugtrio is. Small glimpse to how good Dugtrio is. We make our way back into Verdanturf Town and then go into Petalburg City. And then we can actually catch ourselves a Sandshrew and then also a Maractus. You'll be surprised why I want to use that. But Sandslash actually has Sandstream as an ability to activate the Sandstorm. My Dugtrio has a 30% boost with the Sandstorm. My Maractus also has a boost, and I'm building a Sandstorm team, which I've never built. So it's actually gonna be pretty fun. As from there, we're gonna face up against the next gym leader in the game. We're gonna face up against Norman, and we're gonna start the battle off against Norman using my Primate. Primate is able to one-shot into the Kangaskhan as we're able to knock him out. From there, his next Pokemon will be a Dodrio. I go out to my Sandslash to activate the Sandstream. He's gonna knock me out eventually, but I set up 3 spikes, and then I go out into my Dugtrio. Dugtrio is able to knock out the Dodrio, and then from there he's going to switch out to his Bayonet. The spike damage actually accumulated pretty well, as from there I'm able to Iron Head and knock him out as well, knock out the Giraffe Rig, and also knock out the Silvally. As from there, his final opponent will be a Persian. He actually outspeeds me and knocks me out, but I go out into my Sudowoodo to Explosion and knock him out as we easily beat down Norman. Get ourselves the 5th gym badge in the game, and now we can move on. We're going to face up against Steven Stone once again. He's actually pretty trash. So we beat down Steven Stone once again pretty easily, and then from there we can make our way into Fort Tree City. Now against Fort Tree City, we actually messed up a few times, and we still end up beating down this trainer pretty easily. So yeah, that's how good my team is looking. Sandstorm team is actually looking pretty good. We have a few more adjustments we want to make, but our team is looking pretty solid. As from there, we're going to make our way and face off against Winona next. Winona's going to be the 6th gym leader in the game. We're going to set the battle off against her using my Sand Slash and Galvantula. I want to go for a Rapid Spin with my Sand Slash to get a speed boost, and then Thunder with my Galvantula. Even though it's in the sand, it's still getting Thunder and paralyze the Celesteela, which works out pretty well. They're going to target down my Galvantula, which is fine, as I get another Rapid Spin off, get a +2 speed Sand Slash, and then also Thunder once again. And then from there, I go out to my lone Dugtrio. I have both Dugtrios on my team, by the way. One has Sand Rush and also Sand Force. This Lolum only has Sand Force, which is fine. I go for an Iron Head to flinch the Celesteela, and then Rock Slide to knock out the Crobat. From there, you can switch out to a Galarian Zapdos, which I go for a Rock Slide and then switch out into my Primate. The Primate is just here for sack as I go out and sacrifice my Primate. That's fine. I go out to my Dojo once again. That means I can outspeed the Zapdos. Iron Head to knock out the Zapdos. Rock Slide to flinch down the Celesteela, which works out. Once again, Rock Slide again to flinch down the Moltres. So we end up being down the Moltres, and the Celesteela is still alive. From there, the next one will be a Tornadus. I was thinking about switching out, but I kept them in anyways, so I'm not too sure why. But I got to my Wobbuffet. We're going to actually eventually switch out my Sand Slash and then just sacrifice my Dojo, knock out the Aerodactyl. As from there, I go out to my Sand Slash once again. I think I was messing up a little bit, but it works out as the Celesteela is going to knock itself out, and Tornadus gets Focus Blast Mirror Coated the whole time. So we end up being down to Tornadus, and we end up being down Winona in a really awkward fight at the end, but it was working out pretty well. As from there, we're going to make our way into Mount Pyro and then clear through all the Team Aqua members up here. Make our way into the Magma Hideout and face off against Maxie once again. For the final time, we cleared through him pretty easily. Face off against Matt next in the Team Aqua Hideout. Pretty easy fight. From there, we're going to face off against the gym in Mossdeep City, and this gym is actually the hardest part of the game, honestly. We face off against Tay and Liza after we cleared through his trainers in here, and Tay and Liza, it took me about 20 minutes to face off against because their team is actually kind of broken. I had to restart so many times. So the tech is actually starting the battle off against Tay and Liza using my Shedinja, which, you know, finally had a use for it. Shedinja and also my Sudowoodo. I go for Protect on the first turn, Explosion with my Sudowoodo to knock him out, as both of them attack into my Shedinja because it's the biggest threat. From there, I get the Mashana and also Renewclus down to 1 HP. Go out to my Grassy Surge Trevenant, which I'm able to go for a Grassy Glide to knock out the Mashana, Extreme Speed with my Shedinja to knock out the Renewclus. As from there, her next Pokemon will be a Calyrex and Hoopa. I go for a Protect once again, just go for a Decimonte to knock out the Calyrex. Works out pretty well, as the Hoopa is still targeting down my Shedinja, kind of annoying. Go out into my Dugtrio next, which will allow me to go for Extreme Speed, knock out the Hoopa to low HP, and then Iron Head. Looking for a flinch, doesn't flinch down the Oranguru as I go out into my Sand Slash. Sand Slash is able to go for a Rock Slide, and then we're able to Iron Head into the Hoopa, and eventually knock out both Pokemon with the Sandstorm. So it works out pretty well, as your final Pokemon will be a Mega Slowking, which I go for an Encore against because I always go for Calm Mind, and it actually works out pretty well for us. Eventually, we're able to chip it down pretty easily and then knock out the Slowking. It's actually kind of scary using Encore because I thought I was going to use like Expanding Force and I was going to lose, but looking over, it works out as we end up being down Tate and Liza finally, and from there we could face up against Archie, and I honestly don't remember this fight at all, so it was just super simple. And from there we're going to move on into the Sky Pillar, activate Rayquaza, go back into Stop City, and then yeah, do all that. From there, we're going to make our way into the final gym in the game. We're going to face up against Juan next. Juan's the water-type gym leader of Sootopolis City. We're going to start the battle off against him using my Sudowoodo against his Suicune. His Suicune always goes for Calm Mind, so we're going to go for a Wood Hammer and knock him down to low HP. From there, he's going to knock me out, so I go out to my Primate to activate Moxie, obviously. From there, he's going to go out to his Milotic, which is kind of unfortunate. So I go out to my Sand Slash to activate Sandstorm. Milotic's going to knock me out, but I go out to my Wobbuffet next, which will Mirror Coat into him, and then from there, he's going to switch out into his Palkia. I survive a Thunder and then Mirror Coat into him and then sacrifice my Wobbuffet. So we get my Primate in, and Primate's able to go for a close combat and activate this Moxie once again. And from there, I was going to stay in, but unfortunately Dewgong comes out, and Dewgong's kind of tanky. Go out into my Focus Sash Dugtrio, which will Stone Edge into him and knock him down to low HP, allowing me to go for one more Primate and go for a close combat and activate my Moxie. I will get this sweep off eventually. It goes out to his Dugtrio, and finally I could kill a Pokemon with my Primate, as we're able to knock him out with a close combat. As from there, you can switch out into your Lapras, which knocks me out. I got into my Dugtrio, which actually clutched up. I didn't realize how clutch this was. I thought I lost actually, and Iron Head flinched into the Lapras, goes down, and that's just kind of broken. Like, Dugtrio is really broken with that. I was in such a losing position that Dugtrio just brought it back by itself. Kind of annoying. But anyways, I use it like Jirachi in Radical Red. But either way, we're gonna make our way into Victory Road, and we almost lost against this Mega Alakazam. Looking at him, I do have Dugtrio in the back with Sucker Punch, and we actually survive and knock him out. So from there, we can make our way through the Victory Road pretty easily. We'll click through this. You can see Dugtrios are just carrying through the entire game for us. As from there, we're gonna make our final adjustments. Here is my team. Here's a look around on my team. Here's Sudowoodo. He's just a sturdy Pokemon with Explosion, Choice Band, Sandstream, Sandslash, Red Card Wobbuffet, which Soul Linker, so it takes the damage. It reflects damage automatically and also has, reflected damage. Steelwork, Choice Scarf, Dugtrio. Lone Dugtrio with Iron Head, just kind of broken. Sand Force, Speed Force, Multi-Head, just a broken Pokemon. We also have a second Dugtrio in the back, which is a normal one, Cantonia one, Sand Rush, Boost of Speed, Multi-Headed, and also Sand Force and Speed Force, a really good Pokemon. And finally, Primate, Moxie, Anger Point, which we actually don't really use Anger Point, but Hyper Aggressive, which hits twice, and then Violent Rush to start the battle, so it's kind of really broken as a Pokemon. As from there, our final adjustments are ready as we face up against the Elite Four. First Elite Four member is going to be Sydney. We're going to start the battle off against him using my Dugtrio. We're going to Iron Head into a Grimmsnarl, but we're going to switch out to his Greninja real fast. Go out to my Sudowoodo to sack it. Give him an Ash Greninja, which is kind of scary. Go out to my Wobbuffet. I have Focus Sash on right now, so I could actually activate it. He's going to knock him out with Soul Linker and then Destiny Bond to also knock out the Darkrai. As from there, he's going to switch out to Xerneas, which I go for my Sandslash to activate Sandstorm. Go out to my Dugtrio to Iron Head and knock out the Xerneas. From there, he switched out to his Yveltal, which I kind of got scared of. So go out into my Dugtrio, which will Stone Edge into him and knock him out. Actually, no, I go for Sucker Punches. I guess I don't outspeed him. I go out to my Primate next to Close Combat and knock him out. As next Pokemon will be a Grimmsnarl. I do get a few Close Combat off against, but then I go out to my Dugtrio to go for an Iron Head. As from there, his next Pokemon will be a Luxray, which I go for an Iron Head. Gets 2 flinches off against him, and that looks like it's enough to knock him out with a Close Combat. I get a third one, actually. And then Close Combat to knock out the Mega Luxray. As from there, we're going to move on and face off against Phoebe next. Phoebe's going to be the second Elite Four member in the game. We're start the battle off against her using my Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet, of course, goes for Destiny Bond, as he actually knocks me out with it, so it doesn't matter. As from there, I'm gonna go out into my Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo's able to go for a Wood Hammer off against the Marshadow. It's gonna knock me out, but that's fine, as I go out to my Sandslash to activate the Sandstorm. From there, I'm able to get a Rock Slide off against and also the Spikes off, as I knock him out with a Rock Slide. As the next Pokemon will be a Calyrex. It's gonna knock out my poor Sandslash, but I go out to my Dugtrio with Sucker Punch and ends up knocking out the Calyrex pretty easily, and also knocks out the Golurk, so we'll take that with my Focus Sash. We also chip down the Crobat to low HP as I go out into my Primate. Ice Punch to knock him out. Rock Slide to knock him out, and then from there, my final Pokemon will be an H-Slash, which I go out, sacrifice my Primate, go out to my Dugtrio. Can't get hit with ground moves, so I gotta go for Iron Heads, but it doesn't matter. 2 Iron Heads will knock him out, so just my Multi-Head, it just clutched up. As from there, we're going to move on and face off against Glacier next. This is where I put the red card on my Wobbuffet. As from there, I go for a Destiny Bomb off against the Lapras to force out the Articuno. And then from there, it's going to knock out the Articuno and also get damage off against the Lapras. So it's pretty broken. As from there, I change the weather into a Sandstorm. I go out to my Dugtrio to knock out the Darmanitan, which is actually pretty free. From there, her next Pokemon will be a Weavile. It's going to knock me out with an Ice Shard. Kind of annoying because it hits twice. So I hate that. I go out to my other Dugtrio, a Alolan Dugtrio, to Iron Head and knock out the Weavile. Also knock out the Lapras. And also chip down the Kyurem. Actually flinch down the Kyurem and knock him out. And then from there, her next Pokemon will be a Dugong. I chip it down a little bit. Eventually can knock me out, right? No, I just switched out. I got bored. I switched out to my Primate and a Close Combat to knock out the Dugong. And we end up beating that Glacier. No problems at all. As from there, we're going to move on and face off against the next Elite Four member in the game. We're going to face off against Drake next. We're going to start the battle off against Drake using my Wobbuffet once again. Get the Stealth Rocks off against me, which is kind of annoying, but I get Destiny Bond off. Then knock him out with Soul Linker and get Destiny Bond off anyway. So I knock out the Dialga and also knock out the Mega Ray. As from there, I go out into my Sandslash to activate Sandstorm, obviously. From there, he's going to go out to his Dragolich, which would knock me out with Draco Meteor. Go out to my regular Dugtrio to knock him out with an Earthquake. From there, his next Pokemon will be a Kyurem. I get a Sucker Punch off. Well, no, he just knocks me out. Go out to my Primate to Close Combat and knock him out. I survive an Extreme Speed, which is kind of scary, but lucky enough, I knock him out. As the next Pokemon will be a Lugia. He's going to knock me out, but I go out into my Sudowoodo to Explosion and realize I don't do a lot of damage. That kind of sucks. So I go out to my Dugtrio, hoping for flinches to save me, and guess what happened? Flinches do save me, as we end up being on a Lugia and also the Como in the back. So with a flinch, knock him out, as we end up being on Drake. Now we're going to move on and face off against the champion in the game. We're going to face off against the champion. We're going to face off against Wallace. And Wallace is actually not too hard at all. So we're going to start the battle off against him using my Sudowoodo to Explosion and knock out his Mewtwo Y. One shot. I go to my Wobbuffet next. Wobbuffet's able to go for Destiny Bond. Soul Linker and knock out the Dragapult, which is huge. And then from there, I Destiny Bond, knock out the Primal Kyogre, and then from there I go out to my Sand Slash to activate the Sandstorm, get rid of the Kyogre Rain, go for some Rapid Spins and an Earthquake into him. It's not knock him out at all. So I go out to my Dugtrio against the Aggron. I go for an Earthquake, and then from there I chip it down to low HP, allowing me to go out into my Dugtrio. Just one flinch would do it. Okay, I take it back. 2 flinches would do it as we knock out the Aggron. From there, his next opponent will be a Haxorus, which I go out into my Primate. Close combat to knock out the Haxorus, and then from there, I get some chip damage. I don't get any damage off against the Dragonite. So it's all Dugtrio, and Dugtrio just got a flinch one time, and we end up beating them down, and it does. Actually, no, he could have knocked me out at this turn, but he goes for Dragon Dance, and from there, on the following turn, he gets flinched, and then from there, we end up knocking him out with an Iron Head. So we end up beating down Wallace with my Dugtrios. Two Dugtrios clutched up. I did not expect to use a Sand team throughout this challenge at all. I cannot believe this is how it ended up. My trash Pokemon run became the sweatiest tryhard build I've ever made. But it's fun. Actually, no, it's not even tryhard build. It's all luck hacks because I had Iron Head flinches. I think it just kind of shows you how I'm the greatest team builder in the world, obviously. But no, I think the customization in Elite Redux is so good that you could use almost anything. Almost, by the way. I'm not saying anything. You could almost use anything. I think next week, I got a special challenge cooked up for it. But you have to wait for next week. But anyways, that'll be it for me today. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you guys can, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Anyways, my name is Ben Alpha, and I hope you guys all have a great day. And I'm out. Peace.